life, starting with Nintendo 64. And in high school, two of my favorite games were Halo and Portal. And quite simply just had the idea of like, man, this would be so cool to have a shooter game like Halo, but put that Portal mechanic from Portal 2 into that. Like, that would be awesome. That's something I would play. And never had the intention of myself going and building this. It was more just like someone else made this game, I'd go play it. Um, but then I went to Stanford and studied computer science, and I wanted to learn how to make video games. So for my senior project, I learned how to build games in Unreal Engine 4. And if I'm going to build something, I might as well build the idea that I had as a high school kid of this thing I think I would like. Um, and again, like the whole time, I wasn't thinking anything of it other than I just want to learn how to build games in Unreal Engine. And it was actually the weekend before the senior project fair. I showed 7 of my friends who had gaming PCs um, my prototype of this FPS with portals, and we were all just hooked. And this is the weekend before finals, right? And we ended up playing for about 5 hours straight. So, that was kind of, to me, that was the aha moment of like, all right, if I can get Stanford students to spend 5 hours the weekend before finals not studying and playing this game, then I know I'm onto something. I guess I'll start by saying our vision statement, which is aspiring for greatness while having fun making fun. And I don't know, does this differentiate us? I don't know. I mean, everyone says they want to build the next great game. Everybody says they want to have fun doing it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. We definitely live and breathe by that. Like the two words that really stand out to me are fun and greatness. Like when I think of what we're trying to build, both from our products to our culture to where we want to end up, it's like we think of, I think of greatness. I want to be the Michael Jordan of video game companies, and that's what I want my products to reflect. But I want to have fun doing it. We really try to have a culture where we're having fun, we're playing games together, even though we're a remote company, we're getting together in person because we like each other. One of the things I say to my entire company, I live in Tahoe, and I tell everybody, I've got a guest room here. You want to come visit me anytime? Like, basically, my guest room is yours. Come hang out in Tahoe for the week. We'll have fun. We'll work. We'll go ski. Whatever. And I've had a lot of people actually take me up on that in my company. And so I think we really do live by, we practice what we preach. We've built a really fun culture. Um, I think the other thing I'd say that does differentiate us is really just how we built this thing from the get-go. When Nick and I started this, we never actually viewed ourselves as a gaming company. We've always viewed ourselves as a Silicon Valley tech startup that happens to be making a video game. And that has kind of manifested itself in a number of ways. Partly with our approach to launch. When we initially launched, we actually did a soft launch in 2019. A lot of people don't know about that because the game kind of took off in 2021 when we did our actual launch on console. But like our thought process from the get-go was, we don't know what we don't know. We know we have something fun, but we also know there's a lot more that we need to learn. And the way we're going to do that is by getting real users touching our product, playing with our product, having fun, giving feedback, us looking at data, all these things that is pretty common for a tech startup, but a little less common for the kind of hit driven gaming industry. When I think of like the greatest opportunities, I just think we're just in a really, really great spot. If you look at 1047, I mean, I tell people I'm having the most fun I've ever had in my life right now because uh, we had the success of Splitgate. We raised a lot of money. We get to go, while other companies are struggling, having layoffs, being affected by the current state of the world. Like for us, we kind of are operating in our own bubble, our own vacuum, where it's like we've got everything we need to go build the next great shooter. We have the budget, we have the team. Mostly, we're still hiring, but like we have most of the key positions filled, and we have the resources, we have the support of our investors, we've got the time. So, like for us, the greatest opportunity is like we have a proven product market fit. We've got this game, Splitgate. People like this thing, and now let's go do it on a much larger scale at a much higher quality. Correct all of our mistakes that we've made. We've learned a ton, and let's just take it to the next level. So that's kind of, to me, we have a great opportunity. And everything's a threat, right? Every game that comes out, we're all fighting for the same customers somewhat, but we don't really think that much about it because we kind of feel like we've got our own unique thing that people really like, and now let's just do it 10 times better and bigger and more awesome. So yeah, we're really fortunate in that sense. I don't think it's going to be that different. I think you had sort of the same thing when VR came out, where it's like, oh man, VR is like 5 years away, but it's going to be massive. But then, 5 years later, it still feels like it's 5 years away. um, and all of these things are cool, right? It's just, is that ever, that feels very far from mainstream to me. So I don't actually think gaming is going to be that different. Better tech, of course. AI is going to help with development. um, but I don't know if I think anything crazy is going to happen. I know a lot of games are um, building extraction shooters. Um, I think extraction shooters are cool. I don't think that's the next big thing personally. Um, so I don't think I don't think anything crazy is going to change in the next few years. Maybe in 10 years, but in the next like 3 to 5 years, better graphics. But I think more of the same, just better. So I do the final interview of anyone in our company. So I interview everybody that we hire. So by the time they get to me, we already know this person is a good coder, or they're a good artist, or great coder, great artist, great marketer, whatever, great audio. So for me, the things I'm looking for really is passion. Is this someone who loves what they're working on, loves video games, is willing to go above and beyond. Um, Hopefully, they've done their homework and they've played Splitgate or seen it at least. Um, so I think for me, that's like the number one thing I'm looking for in an interview is like, by the time they get to me, I know they're good at what they do, but I want to be convinced that they're actually passionate. And this isn't just one of 10 different companies they're talking to. This is their top choice. This is the thing they're so excited to go build.